welcome to episode 2 of the Slightly Fuzzed podcast. I want to give a quick shout out to Gloomwagon on this episode. They let me mess with their artwork early on, and you can go check out Haze, not Glaze, on the Slightly Fuzzed playlist on Spotify. Up next, we have The Age of Truth, and we talk about their new album, Resolute, which is out now. Age of Truth, thank you. Thank you for joining me on this podcast, episode 2. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
By the time this comes out, Resolute will be out. So congratulations on that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's
so who runs the Instagram account for Age of Truth?
Guilty.
Okay. So yesterday when we were talking, you said that maybe the whole band wouldn't be able to make it. I asked if we did one person who was the funniest, and you said you were all actually pretty funny. Is that true?
That's real.
Penis.
Okay. So I'm going to run through a few questions here to get to know you guys real quick before we get into the podcast.
Cool.
All right. First question, who's the funniest? Is that true? Everyone's pretty funny in the group?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll talk at one at a time too, so we're not fucking.
Who's the funniest?
I think we're all pretty funny. I think Kevin's the funniest by far.
He's probably the funniest.
You want to give 1 point to Kevin?
Yeah, I think
right.
Kevin.
We'll put it down here in the graphics. 1 point for Kevin. All right.
Yeah, I think Kevin takes because it's subtle and it's ruthless,
dry and just
and it's fucking. He rolls a grenade in a party and then turns a corner. That's it. That's his humor. It's good.
If you want stick, I'm your man.
Yeah.
Who's the most charismatic?
Kevin +1.
Okay, you got that's 2 now. You got 2.
He's winning.
All right, who's the best musician?
Oh God,
Scotty.
I'm not saying
Mike D.
I'm not saying
Scotty or Mike.
Scotty ain't here, man. Fuck him.
Split that. Scotty and Mike D.
All right.
Dude, you're a fucking.
Nobody's saying me.
Hold on.
Nobody says a fucking bass player.
What an awkward question that is. Thank you very much, Mods.
Yeah. All right, we're just trying to listen up here.
I would say that all 3 of these guys are. Scotty's not here, but all 3 of these guys are amazing musicians to me. They all bring everything different to the table, and it kind of works.
There you go. We'll give everyone a point on that one.
All right.
That's bullshit.
All right. This one doesn't necessarily need to be asked at this point, but who's always late?
Yeah.
Well,
Next question. I don't want to.
All right.
Question. Grab him
Who's
and
the
hold him.
messiest? Who's the messiest out of everybody?
oh,
man. I haven't showered.
I'm definitely not messy. I at least shower every day.
He showers all.
Yeah, I'm bad. I'm very European.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Another point for you then. Congratulations. You're killing it.
Yeah, you know what? I always smell good too.
Who's got the most games with the ladies?
He does too.
Who's got the most game with the ladies?
Oh, it's got to be Kev because he's the only single one in the band.
Okay.
Look,
well, he's not single. Let me correct myself.
I don't want to put a yoke on it. I feel like I've worn the yoke of.
We all have our own different styles.
Yes.
Put it that way.
Yes.
All right. Last question. Who's got the biggest wiener?
Definitely not me.
It's Mike D. It's absolutely Mike D. It ain't this dude here. I can assure you.
You never seen my dick.
It doesn't matter. You're Irish, motherfucker.
Hey,
it ain't
listen, I got blessed.
It ain't him.
My penis used to be
Mike
called
D.
the black and tan.
Yeah, it is the black and tan. That is what his penis is. That's not a lie.
It is actually called the black and tan.
Ye old black and tan. This is real life. Seriously, we call it ye old black and tan in the text.
Documented.
This is good stuff. All right. That's all the questions I have for you. Thanks for playing along there.
We're going to jail.
So we can talk about Resolute. It's out now, like I said. When I first started following you guys on Instagram, I went and listened to Threshold, and I reached out to you and I said, I just listened to Threshold and it was awesome. And your response was like, thanks, but just wait. And it would be weird for a band not to say something like that, to be like, thanks, it's not our best work, but go listen to our old albums. That would be weird. So I took it with a grain of salt. But we continued to talk a little bit, and by the end, I was convinced. You said that it was your best work, and you guys are all super proud of it, and it was the sound that you guys have been looking for. And I just listened to it today, like 3 or 4 times, and I don't think you oversold it at all. It's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about under promising and over delivering. So I'm going that, when I'm just going that far, that's the real shit. So
it was heavy and remained like energetic, which I liked. It was awesome. And like your single, one of your singles was Horsewhip, correct?
Yep.
And I'm sure you guys get a comparison to Clutch a lot. I saw that in some of your reviews.
We do.
But I almost heard a little bit of Down in that one even.
Thank you.
Dude, I love hearing that. Are you serious?
Thank you. Can I mention something?
No. I mean, yeah.
I've never listened to Clutch.
Yeah.
I've never listened to Down. It's weird, which is cool. I mean, you're talking to a guy that, like, my weekend of music is Yes and Genesis.
That's actually all of us, except the Genesis.
Oh, yeah, true.
Interesting.
True.
That's interesting.
But that's what I'm like. Oh, I'm going to listen to Fragile.
Yeah, that's
so.
Close to the edge.
Where does that sound come from then?
My older brother was like a prog jazz freak.
I don't know where it comes from. I mean, seriously, I have no idea. It's I love Down, dude. Kirk is ridiculous guitar player.
Yeah,
absolutely love his work.
Love Pepper.
Love Clutch. Like those are bands that I love. Me and Mike D write most of the music.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty writes the drum parts, obviously, but it's I don't know. I mean, it just comes out. It doesn't make a lot of sense or anything like that because all of us, like Kevin said, are total, proggy yes head weirdos.
We're totally differently based, but in a good way. That doesn't mean I don't love Clutch and
we love heavy.
Yeah, love heavy.
Yeah,
that works though. I mean, it's sometimes pretty interesting hearing what people's influences are because I have a buddy that's in a thrash band and he's a total hip hop head. Just loves listening to rap and shit, and he's in a thrash band. And Genesis, I don't know that anyone would have guessed that going into hearing your record, but
you got to see him live, and then you'd be like, oh yeah, he loves Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
Seriously, once you see him live, you're like, oh, that's what was happening in those old ass YouTubes that I saw.
That's my ADD.
Yeah,
it is.
It's true.
And for me, like growing up for myself, I grew up following the Grateful Dead. Okay. I grew up playing in a lot of jam bands. The blues is where my soul is. I'm basically a blues guitar player. So, all that combined with these knuckleheads, it just kind of seems to work.
It's cool.
And our genre, the interest we have in different genres, it's very vast. We're interested in a lot of different things as a band, so it all just kind of comes together.
So who came up with the mission statement then for the band? If you're all into such different stuff, how did that come about? Coming into at such a heavy, down Clutch sound.
Well, it's just I don't know. I think we all have a love for the heaviness first and foremost. But I think the music that we've all grown up listening to, like our older brothers and older sisters, my family members growing up, my uncles, aunts and uncles, and music you would hear growing up in the house parties, Steely Dan, and it was such a vast Frank Zappa.
Stop raising your hand, weirdo. This is not class.
Oh.
And
just let him finish.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we were all brought up on an eclectic, it's kind of fucked me all up. But no.
And we all love Sabbath too, and we all love all the heavy shit.
Yeah.
Like
Zeppelin,
Motorhead, like
Deep Purple.
Yeah,
Rainbow.
It definitely for how varied and odd our interests are. Mm-hmm. It really is. Like we're all about the heaviness, and we talk about it all the time. Like people ask us what kind of music we play, any of that. I don't really have a fucking answer. It's the heaviness. That's all we ever call it. That's all we know. It's just
I can hear that though because listening to it. Like I said, there's some comparisons to Clutch and Down and stuff for me, but it was just a heavy rock and roll record. I mean, there was some bluesiness to it, but it didn't sound like, anything else. It didn't sound like a stoner album or a doom record or anything like that. It just sounded heavy, and I loved it, man. It was fun. It was a fun record to listen to. For me, I like catchier stuff. I like the desert stuff. I like the catchier stuff that I can like have fun listening to. And I listen to some doom and sludge and stuff too, but I had fun listening to you guys' record. I thought it was awesome in that regard. It sounds like a record that you would have a good time seeing you guys live at.
Yeah, well, that's a different fucking animal. I mean, that's a lot of fun. That's on the table right now. The live show is always where we do it. We are absolutely a live band. It's insane. You never know what's going to happen. I mean,
so you guys prefer the live thing. I always felt, I'm not really much of a musician myself, but I always felt going into the studio, tinkering, coming up with some weird sounds and music and writing would be the fun part. The concert is like, sounds tiring.
Very different animal.
Picture a microscope.
That's the exact, Kevin.
You find out
it's under a microscope. Everything is, you're exactly correct.
You sung that one note wrong. After 25 times.
Whereas live, it's all emotion and explosion, and you just freak the fuck out. You just go wild.
You're feeding the geese.
We've had shows that have quite literally been what we thought afterwards were the worst shows we've ever had in our entire lives. And people have been like, that's the best thing I've ever seen live.
Right.
And, you're like, how's that possible? And it's just.
Because you always know the truth as a band.
Because you freak out. Because we're freaking out and it's fun and it's, it's
I am the most critical live person ever.
No.
No. Your attitude. I
will literally be like, you're out of tune. You're out of fucking tune, man.
We're never out of tune. That's the funny part.
But I'm half deaf.
But he'll say it.
We're all deaf at this point.
Yeah. I'm half deaf, so I'm like, I think you're out of. Now I'm like, are you? No, you're not out of tune.
Real, Manny.
But let me. We digress. But getting back to what you were saying about the whole stoner metal band and all that stuff, right? Like we're definitely not a stoner metal or doom band, right?
I don't think so.
But we love all of those are influences.
Oh yeah.
So rather than try to like cookie cut and try to stick to one style of that genre, we try to mix it up. And I think all of our influences as a band, that shows and comes forth in the songs that we write.
I don't even think we try. But I think it just happens.
Right. You'll hear elements.
We're not forcing anything.
No, we're really not. But like when you listen to those songs, you'll hear those elements in our songs. Like, oh, that sounds doomy. That part. That's blues. That's heavy psych right there. And we take pride in that. And I've said this before in interviews. It's like when you put an album on of ours, the next song you're not really going to be able to tell me it's going to be heavy. Probably. You can probably bet it's going to be heavy, but you're really not going to know what it's going to sound like. It's going to be very different from the last song.
That's cool.
So we all as a band take a lot of pride in that. As the songwriting process evolves, we take a lot of pride in that as a band.
Well, it's probably an important part of being in a band is reaching that point where you feel like you have your own sound, because your early career is probably mostly imitating your own heroes. So to step out of that is an important part of being in a band, I would guess.
We all imitate we're on the shoulders of giants, as they say, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I guess we've always we've all been in a bunch of bands before and all done a bunch of things. Mm-hmm. And it feels like, with this one, we kind of did our growing up before we got here, so.
How long have you guys been playing together?
We've been a band for 5 years.
Almost 5 years.
No, over 5 years.
Billy,
5.5 years now.
Billy and I grew up together. Yeah. So I've known Bill since I was, 15 years old, 14 years old.
Younger than that.
So Bill and I have been playing music together since we've known each other. So,
but we've been a band for I think it's 5.5 years right now. Or next month it'll be 5.5 years.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
I've never been invited to join the band, by the way.
This is true. We never asked him to be in the band.
I just kind of
Do you
show
get a
up.
paycheck at some point, or are you just showing up? you're
Yeah,
like a guy from the office.
Rock and roll,
Office
baby. There's
Space.
no paychecks. This
Yeah,
shit.
we're like, dude, he keeps showing up, so I guess it's all good.
I'm going to change the direction of the band next album into a total disco band. It's going to be like,
Oh, shit.
deep, doop, doop, deep, doop.
And that's why we didn't ask him to be in the band.
So I wanted to also talk about the artwork because I'm a graphic designer, mostly of like dick and fart jokes, but I do get paid during the day for design work at some point, believe it or not. But I always zero in on the artwork.
It's over.
He's put
Sorry?
some, it's all over his
Yeah, it's all over.
Instagram.
Yeah, I gotta check out your dick and fart jokes,
Dude,
'cause that's
Slightly
right up my
Fuzzed.
alley.
Killer.
The shit's hilarious. The fake album covers, they're fucking great, man.
They are good.
They're awesome. You crush it. You absolutely crush it, and it makes me laugh every time.
Every time I'm on Instagram, I'm like,
It's funny.
there it is.
I didn't mean
The guy who did our record is his name is Mikko Reima.
Okay.
From Finland, and I mean the whole, like, if you want the whole story, his stuff's awesome. And the only reason we stumbled on it is because like 6 months ago, before anyone was talking about NFT art, I was researching it, and we found him and went through all his stuff, and we were like, like I'm like I come up with the ideas and do that shit. So I was like, let's do an NFT album, and we'll make this special thing, and we'll give people an NFT copy, and it'll expand our our audience and all
Our
this shit.
genitalia.
Yeah, and so yeah, of course. I mean that So we found him through that, and fell in love with his work and did all that, and then we talked to him about it, like, because he does NFT art. And then Kings of Leon fucking did their record cover as NFT art. And I was like, those dudes are total fucking dorks. There is no way we are doing this, And they didn't even have shit set up. And we had shit set up, like we were way ahead. And they're like, oh, we're going to fucking do it. Jerk offs. So we took that out of the thing.
I didn't expect that part of the story. That's an ambitious.
It's a good thing we're not going to tour with them.
But the art to me, like, I love the art of stoner and doom and all that kind of stuff. The fantasy, the mythical stuff, the skulls, the outer space, the monsters, all that kind of stuff. The hand-drawn stuff, the painting stuff. I appreciate all that stuff and I love it.
Absolutely.
But when I saw your album artwork, even before I ever heard the first single, I don't want to suck your guys' dicks too much, but I was like,
Not much dicks just yet, man.
that artwork to me does show that you guys are taking another step forward. Like, it looked like such a big professional, like, clean and crisp album. I was like, this album's gonna kick ass just by looking at the artwork.
Way to break into the gatefold. I mean,
yeah,
the whole thing, the whole package.
And you guys had the matching band photos. You had the headshots, all the stuff that matched. It was all cohesive. I love it, man. I love the artwork and music and all that kind of stuff. And it was different. It definitely stood out to me, and I thought it was kick-ass. So
the photos were, and actually the entire like concept for how we were going to lay out the entire album was a guy by the name of Shane Gardner.
Yeah.
On Instagram, he's rock and roll socialite.
He's
At
killer.
rock and roll socialite.
Yeah, so he's
Shane Gardner.
Yeah, he's a fantastic photographer. He does like rock shows everywhere, and everybody hires him to do the stuff. And we went down to his studio in Baltimore for it because he shot us. We played
Doomfest.
Yeah, we played Maryland Doomfest one year, and the best picture we ever got taken was right when we jumped off stage. I was like, I want you to do our band shot, and he's like, all right, come over here. He stood us in this alleyway, and it was amazing. Like on the spot, just did it. And I'm like, I gotta give you money. He's like, no, I sent him money anyway. Don't worry. But like it was so good, and it was just spur of the moment. So when we were doing this, we were like, Shane's actually absolutely doing the photography. Yeah. We walked down there.
Great, man.
Yeah, I was like, what kind of ideas do you have?
Did awesome.
He's like, how about we take the bar, the red bar of light. How about we run it across your eyes? Yeah. And all of us were like, okay, we're doing that now. Yeah, that's
Her name is Rio.
That's what we're doing now. And Shane's phenomenal. So he put the whole thing together, did put it all. He's amazing,
and it worked.
And it does. It works, and it is cohesive, and that's that's the whole deal. Like that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, he really
made you guys look like this big band to me. And
look at
take that how you will, but like I love the artwork, but it's always like I can tell that you just bought a graphic and put it on a t-shirt, and then the next thing you did doesn't look anything like it, and the music doesn't necessarily even match the artwork, and it drives me nuts a little bit. And everything that you guys put out, I was like, God, this makes so much sense. I love it.
That's cool. I appreciate it. Seriously, that means a lot, Ryan.
Cool.
Yeah, it really does.
We're we're not a band. We're not a stoner band. We're not a doom band. We're doing our own, our own thing.
You should also mention,
and we want it to, we want it to look different. We don't want it to be cookie cutter. We don't want it to be. It sure as shit doesn't sound the same. So we've always been like, let's do this our way. And I think we did.
And we are doing that. Like I was going to say, we're not backed by a label. We're not under any kind of record contract. Okay. Billy Miller drives the ship. Okay. And we get together and try to write the best music we can. And we all try to promote as much as we can as a band. And that's pretty much how we do it. We all make decisions by ourselves. We have no higher ups telling us what to do. It's just all kind of an organic decision-making kind of thing that happens between the four of us and the team that we've created around us, I should say.
Awesome.
Correct.
MIB Silk Screeners. I mean, the list goes on.
Shane Brooklyn.
Chad Jenkins, all those videos.
Retro City Recording in Philadelphia.
Yep.
I mean,
it's amazing.
We've kind of gathered a group of people around us now to make all of this possible. And
Shane Gardner.
The music has evolved, and now we have a following from the beginning. And it's funny because now we're seeing sales from the new album, but when you see that sale from the new album, you're seeing a sale for the last album also.
Yeah,
so that's like,
cool.
all right, we're getting new fans now too. They want to hear what the last album sounded like.
Yeah,
that's very humbling. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
And the hard work's paying off, so it's
cool.
Yeah. Well
excited,
done,
to say the least.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you guys are sorry, I was talking over.
I mean, like we really hammered it out. We didn't want to go, we thought about going to a label, and if somebody big offered us a bunch of money, we would have done it.
Yeah.
But like an independent label or a smaller label, something like that, we were just like, why bother? We can do it ourselves. We can finance it ourselves. We have great fans who have always supported us.
Yeah.
So, and we also didn't want to wait for anybody's schedule.
Right. In the same breath. Right. All those labels we love.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody out there.
And respect them. Absolutely.
We're all about.
We just didn't want to wait for anybody's schedule.
We were kind of like, we want to get this done. It's been 3 freaking years.
Right. Well, like if for example, if we were to decide on a label, so to speak, it would be like, okay, we can't put your guys' album out until late 2022 or early 2023.
We're already
writing a gigantic check.
So it's you almost have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
You almost have to.
Clear.
Yeah, we got a good fan base, and we were able to do it ourselves. And we've had people the entire way. I mean, the coolest part about it, we talked about the team and all the pieces. And
hey, how you doing?
And like,
was that the drummer?
Our drummer just showed up. Excuse me.
One of the pieces that's so cool is this guy Jake. This guy Jake Stansky. He built our website and was like adamant about us maintaining an email list. So like he's like, you got an email list? I was like, oh yeah, I got a couple spreadsheets. He's like, nah, get out of here. So like him doing that,
bring it in.
Just made it all, like it made it all possible.
Yeah, well, it's so much more possible nowadays to do it on your own, and it almost makes more sense at this point.
It's cool. This is Scott. Hey, what's up, Ashley?
Scott just got released from the private Scott.
Yes.
From the Army.
Army of One.
Army of One.
Scott Frassetto is he's the drummer on the album.
Or as I call him for 25 years, Frazzado.
Yeah. Can you grab me a beer?
Kevin would mispronounce my name. I've known him for about 20 years.
Yeah. Like 15 bands with him.
Yeah, literally.
I got other ones in the back. Yeah. Thank you, though, John.
So you guys are in Philadelphia, is that correct?
Yeah, we're outside. We're in Delaware County at the moment. That's our rehearsal space.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never been to Philadelphia. Everything I know about Philadelphia is from It's Always Sunny.
That's the best show ever.
So you find that to be pretty accurate, or?
Yeah. I mean, to an extent, it's hilarious. But I mean, we all drink, we all drink Wolf Cola. I mean, I think that's important. It's huge in Boca Raton, and
The trash business is a gold mine.
so I started blasting. I love it.
All right. So which one of you is the Charlie? Which one do you think is Charlie in this band?
If we were Always Sunny characters,
Scott. It's not even hard.
Yeah.
Scott is absolutely Charlie.
I'll be Charlie.
I don't know who are.
What about Frank? Who's Frank?
I'm Frank. No doubt about it. I am absolutely 100% the Warthog.
The schemer.
I'm the Warthog, man.
Who's
No
Dennis?
doubt.
All I know is my favorite room in my house is my bathroom.
Kevin is
Who's that on the show? Billy was telling me.
Kevin's probably Mac. He's probably Mac.
Okay. Who's Dennis?
Yeah,
Who's D? More importantly, who's D?
Yeah, and he's always like, he cares about how much he looks and all that. And plus, he's questionable sexually, But Mike D,
Which one of you is D though?
Mike D is D. I mean, I don't think he's Dennis.
You're
I'm
sweet
pretty
D?
sure he's D.
You're sweet D?
He looks like a
I
bird.
don't even know.
Back problems as a child.
Yep. Still have back problems as an adult. Adult's questionable though. I'll ever be an actual adult.
I love it. So I got one last thing to do if you guys are interested. I call it the lightning round. It needs a better name than the lightning round, but I'm going to show you 10 pictures that I was going to use for some Slightly Fuzzed album covers.
Okay.
And you guys are going to come up with something funny for each one of them.
All
And
right.
if they're good, I'm going to steal it and take all the credit for it.
Do it.
Look,
Mm.
we got to come up with a.
Double
That's an
bubble.
album cover.
Double bubble.
It could be if you make something funny.
Cheech
What do
and
you think?
Chong's double bubble.
No, I think you got to call that
Double live bonzo.
fried eggs and a giant muffin. That's there you go. That's
Oh my
that is
god.
that is
dude.
He-Man solo record, dude. Are you serious? Look at that haircut.
Masters of the multiverse.
Yes.
Socks alive.
Who put that peach there?
Oh my god.
None more
None more peach.
bootylicious.
None your business.
None your business.
I like that. All right.
Shoot her in the head.
Oh man, I like this one.
Shoot her in the head.
Whatever 1980s TV show that is, I would watch every day.
Yo, hit
Seriously.
her in the shitter. That'll get her.
Whatever show that is, I'm in. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Is that
Oh, is that
I forget his name.
Macho Man? Who
I
is
was
that?
looking at the
Is
Dracula.
that David Lee Roth?
It could be David Lee Roth.
It's David Lee Roth and Richie Aprile in the background from The Sopranos.
I don't know. I would buy that record. I don't care what it is.
That record needs no title at all. The
I'm buying.
artwork alone will sell it.
I'm 100% in.
Yeah. Yep.
Or movie or whatever.
Oh,
Oh god.
fun with Dick and Jane.
Oh, there you go. Oh god. Bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. Yeah, that's the single for Queen, dude, right there.
Right there.
Oh my! Seriously, that's the telemarketers that I fucking get on my phone all the day, every single
Oh
day.
my god.
That's who's calling me, telling me about my extended warranty. You should call that record extended warranty.
I'd like to contact you
Yeah,
about your extended warranty.
yeah, extended warranty.
Gleep Clop, is that you again?
Oh my god.
Norman Rockwell.
You're getting warmer.
Daddy's home. Kill. Wow, I like that actually.
Yeah, I do too. Oh man.
I'm an alligator.
Everything about this I like. I would buy this record too.
I like her cone.
I like
Yeah,
that shit, man.
That should be like Cone Theory.
Cone of shame.
Not shame.
Cone of
existence.
Cones of Shayna.
Cone of existence.
Those are glorious. This is fantastic.
Tune in Tokyo.
All right, I got one more. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bring it.
Man.
These guys are dicks. That's probably what I would call that record. These guys.
Assholes of the universe.
Might even be better. Yeah. Buy these guys are dicks. These guys are dicks.
In the galaxy of this sucks camel dicks. On planet, this is bullshit.
Skip that diddly.
That's my favorite one.
That's a good looking cover.
Yeah, it is great.
It's
different, right?
I love it.
It's different from the other ones.
Yeah, it is.
It's cool. Mikko Reima from Finland. He's amazing. PNKFD Arts is his Instagram handle, I think. PNKFD Arts.
PNKFD Arts.
PNK Darts. I don't know.
No.
Just type in Mikko Reima. His shit is
Okay.
fantastic. He really is. He's brilliant. And as soon as we all saw it, Scotty
found it.
Well, you found him.
When we went through his Instagram, and Scotty picked it, and he said, "What do you think about this?" And all of us
We were all like,
in.
"Yo, that's
In. That's what happens. Like when that's how shit gets done. We have a band thread that probably has like 6 million texts, and
It's probably the best book ever written.
Yeah, it's not. It's fucking terrible.
What book?
You'll wake up like
Our
200.
band thread?
Yeah, you'll wake up to like 275 texts, and you're like, I can't deal with this many fart jokes. You know, like just
penis.
Yeah. But with that, like, I forget where I was. I got stuck on the band text. But it's all we ever say is like in, and it was like as soon as he picked it, it was like 3 ins in a row, in. So it's done. So it was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. We're excited about it. Check it out. Resolute by the Age of Truth. We're not fucking around.
That was the.
We are
that
right
was,
now.
That was the parentheses part of the title. Resolute. We're not fucking around.
I'm not fucking around on my wife.
Are you gonna try? Are you trying to get this submitted for evidence?
Submitted for proof.
Mouth swabs on the way.
Exhibit A, Your Honor. The Slightly Fuzzed podcast.
I see mouth swabs. DNA swabs.
Swab your
DNA
ass.
gland swabs.
Oh shit.
Well, I don't want to take any more of your time. You guys got practice.
Yep.
I appreciate you guys joining me for this. Resolute's out now when this is posted. So anything else you guys want to plug? You got shows coming up? You got socials you want to promote? Anything else?
We got the Maryland Doom Fest. We're headlining Thursday night, October 28th.
Right.
Cool.
We're playing
Connecticut Doom Fest. Doom and
Brews in Connecticut. We don't have any tours set up. We're basically, we're waiting for somebody to pick us up and take us on tour. We'd love to go to Europe and do that. But that's basically it. Check out the record. Certainly check out the Slightly Fuzzed podcast because Ryan, you're the fucking man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you having us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
That's it for me. Thanks a lot. Thanks again. I appreciate it.
Salam.
Thanks for having us, brother.
Cheers, brother.
Later. Thank
Good
you.
shit on it.
Skip that diddly.
Skip that diddly.
Where is your camera?
It's on the front of the computer.
Where?
Probably up here.
I don't know, man.
When you masturbate and videotape.
Dude, I usually have something covering that shit. The only reason that I cover that shit up, dude.
You don't have a post-it up there?
I
You got a
want
piece of tape?
everybody in the whole world to watch me.
You do.
How's this right here? It's good.
If my penis gets out, they'll never leave me alone.
If I sit on the stool, I look taller than I am taller than everybody. But if
May
I sit
I
on
push
the
your
stool,
stool in?
yeah.
You guys are going to be perfect for this podcast, by the way. I'm
I
loving
know.
it.